Wow, good morning. Oh my gosh, so I tried it 3 times to get on, and now I'm looking at the time, and I guess I'm a minute or 2 early. I hope you had a wonderful day, and I'm sorry I missed yesterday. Boy, I woke up with one headache, and I couldn't get my head off the pillow. But I'm good today, and, so what happens I had somebody ask me just not too long ago, and I thought I'd address it, because 'cause I'm always saying, "Trust spirit, trust spirit." So when we say trust spirit, that doesn't mean that, crappy things don't happen to us. They do, but what we have to trust is that we're experiencing those downsides just because we need that to be able to grow too. We need to see the duality of life and all different angles of it. And is partly what we wrote into our book of lives as well. So all that is a part of the great divine, the great teachers of what we came here to learn. And the best we can do is the best we can do with the information that we have. And our attitude is a big deciding factor. How we're going to perceive it, what we want to look, what lens we want to look at it through. So anyway, I thought I'd address that. So just trusting spirit does not know necessarily that, oh, well, I just know that spirit, everything will be work out perfect. It doesn't always work that way. Sometimes it works out where you didn't plan, but it's usually the better plan. If that makes sense. Okay, good morning, Kim. How are you today? Oh man, getting back on track is a hard thing. So you're sitting in 10, 11, 11 today are the beautiful stars, those gorgeous stars up all around us. And it's saying we're guiding you. So there's that, and I'm actually thinking of there's a star constellation that I'm not familiar with, a lot of them, but I'm going to ask you to do some research today on star constellations and find out which one is calling you, because there's a certain constellation calling you at the moment. They've got messages for you, and it's where I believe it's where your seed self came from, but it's whoa, it's way out there. It's not what we're familiar with here. So really tap into the deeper constellations, and I want to say even around the Pleiades or back there, if there's something going on there, and there is a message for you out there. Ooh, ooh. And you're also sitting in love today, sitting in that beautiful energy of I'm just in love. I'm in love with life. I'm in love with everything that's around me, and I'm sitting in the flow of everything. We're in a nice, calm energy today. Yeah, not getting anything else. You're also sitting beyond illusion. You know that we're all just a hologram of each other, and a hologram of what's going on, and why we choose to come here is all a great big journey for our soul self. And you're well aware of that. And you're on that connection, and you're on that right path of just that sweet spot of being. Today is going to be just a really, really beautiful. And I know it's there, and I feel really good, and I'm on top of everything. So it's that day of flow, and everything's going to hook up today. I love it. Good morning, Paul. How are you? I hope your husband, thank you. I have a candle going for him. We really appreciate that, Paul. Thank you. He goes to the doctor's tomorrow, and he's doing much better. And I'd like to thank everybody for that. He is able to move around. Right now, we just got this stupid back issue that we're dealing with. And once we can get that figured out, we think he broke a couple of ribs because he had fallen off the bed in the hospital and got all twisted up. So, we're thinking that that is might be part of his problem, but we'll find out on Friday. But thank you, everyone. Yeah, keep the prayers coming. Prayers work. He had a remarkable journey since he's been home. He can use his left hand. He can walk properly. There's so many things that are going on for the good. So I'm going to celebrate that. So Paul, you're sitting in 5, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 of the earth count is the spirit of all plants. So all those plants, they all talk underneath the surface, right? In the root system. And that's what you're doing too. But there's a transformation happening with you. You're starting to become, I know you're going into a new area, a new dimension of your own self, and you're walking into this new portal of being. So you're transforming what you're holding on to as a human, and you're developing into a whole new version of you. And this is a really cool time to be very, very aware of your surroundings, but to be aware of this transformation, because although you're transforming and you're changing on the inside out, people are looking at you through the lens of who you used to be. And so there may be a little bit of judgment involved there, because people don't like change, but you really made stepped up and walked into the higher self of who you are. You're also sitting in the south of water. So the spirit of all plants sits in the south. And now I pulled the element of south for you. So that is again right in there. So that's firmly established for you today. And listen to the plants, listen to the buzzing around you, listen to everything as you're sitting in nature. Go out and talk to a tree today, because they are going to talk back. It's a wonderful day to do that. Love it. You're sitting in, your card is aloneness. So it's, and aloneness is not lonely. So there's a difference. So aloneness is the still within, that calm knowing of who I am. Both you and Kim are sitting in that beautiful calm energy today. So I'm sitting in the calmness of who I am, because you're transforming. You're taking that. My wings are starting to spread, and I'm transforming into the new me, and then just sit in the bliss of it. It's a beautiful energy to be sitting in today, and I love that. Okay, have a great day today, Paul. Good morning, Luisha. How are you today? Everything's going good for us here too. So let me take a boo at your number. You're sitting in the number 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 are the Kachinas. And the Kachinas, no, 17 is the Kachinas, 18 is the Shinya, the book of life. Boy, and that 18 is calling you. And it's asking you, when was the last time you took out your book of life and started filling in some of those gaps? And it's telling you now's the time to spend some time, open that book of life, and start filling in those gaps. And I know you're going to know what I'm talking about, because it's part of the teachings. Just it's time to start reviewing that, and don't leave. Go through a few of those pages that are blank and fill them in. Okay, so spend some time on your journey into your book of life today. And you're also sitting in the great teacher of fear. So fear may end up being one of the chapters in that book of life, but fear of the unknown, fear of, oh my gosh. And I honestly take a look at what fear of success is for you. Write the positive things down. Success, owning my power, all these things that are positive, positive, positive. Write about 5 of them down. And then what are you afraid of, if those things are actually true and you own your whatever it happens to be, whatever that positive is? If I own, and then say the positive, what am I afraid of? And then write down what you're afraid of. You're going to get some pretty big insights today. Hmm. Homework, love it. And you're also getting this transformation. So you two are in that process of transforming. And what happens when we start transforming? So we transform a little bit, but then we get a little bit scared. We go back in, and then we transform a little bit more. Each time we go a little bit farther. And yeah, we may retract for a little bit, but we're going a little bit farther again. So just trust this transformation process, because you're changing and it's starting to really take hold. So continue that. And boy, you got this, girl. Okay. So now we're going to go to Rhoda. Hey, Rhoda, how are you? And I'm sorry I missed you yesterday too. I just had that wicked headache and I couldn't shake it. Homework. Yeah. So Rhoda, you're sitting in 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 of the earth count that sits in the south, or sorry, the northeast corner. And that's sitting in that but you're in the moon movement and energy, and it's asking you to get out and look at the moon. Pay attention to the moon cycles today. Pay attention to how your body is reacting to the moon cycles. There's a big switch up in the cosmos, and I don't follow the moon. I wish I had more information for you. I don't. So go in and Google the moon cycles of what we're sitting in and how it's relating to you, because your body is responding right now to what's happening in the cycle of the moon. And it might be over a little bit more emphasized than what it normally is. So just pay attention. And you're also sitting in the southeast, you're sitting in sex, but sex is also balance. Sex is that relationship with self, but relationship with the masculine and the feminine within you. Try to find that walking balance of where you're going. Um, and thank you so much. Yes, so try to find that balance of where you're going. Know that you can take one foot instead in front of the other, even though it feels wobbly. You can get there, and it's telling you to keep walking. You're on the right path. You're also supposed to be turning inward today. So you're looking at that inward cycle. So spend time turning inward and following. That's that balance again. So follow my balance. Where am I out of balance? Am I in balance? And can I sit in the beautifulness of me? Put on some really, really good meditation music, something that really fills your heart, and just allow it to be, and just allow yourself to float in to that music, to just float into it. It's pretty cool. And if you want, you can go into my on my YouTube videos. There's a drum journey music there for you, and it takes you through a guided meditation and then into the drum, and then you can journey into that it and put your intention as to sit into the bliss of who you are. I started doing shadow work. Okay, did you know that you have a shadow animal? So if you journey to your shadow animal, if you go into the uh, shamanic drum journey, um, that I've got on my videos there, and then follow that through. Call in your shadow animal. Your shadow animal normally, not always, but normally is black and white. Mine happens to be an orca whale, but I know people with pandas. I know people with birds, one color on the top and one's color underneath. So it's usually a black and white animal. And the shadow animal is that animal. They're really powerful, and they sit in the south east of the medicine wheel, and that is showing the light and the dark of us, as well as all those hidden pieces, and as we can start pulling out all that stuff. So if you're working with shadow, man, that shadow animal will really, really support you. So I hope that you just learned about the shadow self. Cool. It's a really strong piece of us. It's usually the last piece when I'm teaching people that we go to, because it's good to have that foundation first, so that when you do hit that shadow, you're doing it within a more supportive field, because you got all your other animals behind you. So just check in on that. Also, I do have the power animal teachings on one of my videos here in YouTube as well. And come over to my Facebook page, Shamanic Teaching and Healing Services. Talk about that kind of stuff all the time. So it might be worth checking out. Okay, I hope that helps you. Who else am I at here? Good morning, Lee. How are you today? Lee is sitting in that tree of life. 5, 10, 15, and 1 is 16. You're sitting in the great teachers and that tree of life. This is a big one for you, because whichever stone I pull on the great teachers is magnified tenfold. And you are sitting in testing. And I can almost see you being that. I'm testing the waters of something new. I'm testing my boundaries. Boundaries I'm testing it, but I'm allowing other people to walk over my boundaries too. It's saying, yeah, it's not just him testing the boundaries, other people are testing his boundaries. And are you a firm boundary setter? So, have you watched where your boundaries are? And do you still allow people to cross that boundary? And can you do it with grace and ease, is the other thing, without being aggressive? So, there's a way that we can balance that boundary without allowing others to step on us, because I see literally I've made the boundary, here's the fence, but someone's just walking right over top of the fence. So it doesn't really, it's a speed bump. They're not slowing down and respecting your boundary. So someone in your circle isn't respecting a boundary that you set up. You're also sitting with care today. It's interesting that it was two stones that wanted to be called in, probably because you're sitting so high within the great teachers today, but you're also sitting in care. So as you're doing the testing, also sit within the care of it. I have to care for myself. I have to understand others, but I have to really care for myself and set those boundaries because it's important because you don't want to be the speed bump. You want to be the boundary. And you're also sitting in moment to moment. So it could look like a great big picture, Lee, and it could look a little daunting for you, but that boundary is super important and establish it, but get a clear vision yourself what that boundary means. What exactly does it mean? And what am I willing to do? What's the consequences if that boundary is crossed? So get yourself a firm game of plan and then make your boundary known and very, very succinct with whomever is stepping over that boundary. If you're not used to boundaries, it can be taxing. Good morning. Yeah, absolutely, Kat. So this is for Kat Underwood. And Kat, you are sitting in 5 and 2 is 7. 7 of the earth count. This is the Kachinas. And take a look at those beautiful Kachinas that are 5. No, let's try again. 6, 7. Sacred dreams of life. That's that joy, fun. Get out and have fun. You're not having enough fun. It's saying she's too serious. Tell her to get unserious and do things kind of weird today. Put something on backwards. Do something fun and silly today. And I want you to make a task of doing 3 things today silly. One thing in the morning, one thing in the afternoon, and one thing in the evening. And do something that you wouldn't normally do. I don't care if it's putting your shoes on the wrong feet. I don't care if it's wearing different colored shoes. Do something that you are doing, something that a kid would do. If I was, and picking a child's age under the age of 10, if I was whatever, I would do this right now instead of being an adult. So what would you do and do something fun and then find yourself laughing today? Maybe get some string and play with those cats. Do something really fun today. Okay. And you're also sitting in, yeah, trust. You just gotta trust you're where you're supposed to be. Everything's happening for a reason. So just trust. Take a giant dive and away you go. It's okay. Spirit's got you. And you may take a tumble, but you're gonna get back up. You're on the right path. Ooh. So good morning, Mary. How are you today? Mary is sitting in 510. 10 today. Oh, this is a big one. This is pure intellect and measure. How do we measure up ourselves? And I know what happens in society. We're always trying to meet someone else's expectation of us, or what we perceive is their expectation of us. And when we sit in that energy of trying to people please, we end up not doing our heart space stuff, what works for us. So it's asking you to stop people pleasing. Put that aside today. Do you pleasing. Do you pleasing. And often we don't. What do I want to do? Most people can't even answer that. So what does you want to do today? And don't be people pleasing today. Like there'll be a real nuisance today, but but just do things that feel right. And if it doesn't feel right in your heart, don't do it. Also sitting in pain, and I can see that almost being a little bit of an emotional struggle. So when I'm sitting in that patience today and sitting in doing the things that are right for you today, and you're in that, it's going to feel awful, and you may people please and then realize I can't people please, and that may cause you some emotional turmoil that's going on, because a little bit of a fight going on there between your left and right brain, and you're also sitting in the thunderbolt of that, so that makes sense. So you're sitting in the thunderbolt, that left and the right are kind of having a little bit of a conflict at the moment, and it's going, I know what I should do. But if who I am is allowed to step forward, it's going to set this ripple effect. And I'm asking you to set the ripple effect. I know that it's hard. I've done that myself, but just walk in your true authenticity. You're going to feel better, and you'll feel better on the inside. Okay. So take the courage. It's time to do that. Um, Thank you. Great. Okay. Now let's go into do, 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 do. Um, oh yeah, if you think I'm gonna be able to do that. Raveiteja. Welcome. I'm not even gonna attempt your name. And you have a blue circle with an R in the middle of it. So good morning to you. And I hope you're having a wonderful day too. And today's stone for you is you are sitting in 5, 10, 15, and 2 is 17. 17 of the earth count group is the Kachitas. They form all images of substance. So today's a great day to manifest. Today's that day that I can manifest and bring forward whatever I want, whatever is tangible for me. But ask what you're going to manifest, but be very, very concise about what it is you want. So really, really manifest hard today. Maybe make a manifestation board. I love altars, manifestation altar of what you're bringing forward. And then you're also seeking. I'm looking for something today, but I think you're seeking for a path to follow. I want to try this, but I want to try that, and I want to try that, and I want to try that. And you're seeking which one is actually going to be the one that you're going to follow and really dive into. And I would just encourage you to hear as many people on YouTube, however it is that you communicate. Get books, really, really get into the gist of all the different realms, and then find out which one fills your heart. And when I found shamanism, it was to the point where it grabbed me, and I instantly knew. I had dabbled in Wicca before, I dabbled in Druid before. I never was a church person, so I didn't do that. My family was, but I certainly wasn't. But I tried all different earth-based things that I could find. But when I hit shamanism, it was like boom, the world opened, and I was just get like a magnet pulled into it. So that's how I knew which path to follow. So right now you're just trying to test the waters. Where am I going to go, and who am I going to follow, and what's that look like? So that's what you're sitting in today. And I'm actually pulling another card for you too. Sitting and experiencing. You want to experience everything. I want to experience this, but I want to experience that. I want to try. And that's what that seeking is. When we're sitting and seeking, we want to try it all. We want a little bit of information from a whole lot of places. And so, what I tell my students the very first day of class, take what I'm teaching you with a grain of salt. If it calls to you, wonderful. You can choose to either seek it out in a deeper level, or you can take it as face value, or you can let it go. If it doesn't resonate with you, let it go, and then and keep on moving, and you'll get all the answers you need at this time, and trust that the right people will come for you. So I hope that helps you. um, you're most welcome, Mary. Not sure if you saw my comment as I commented between Kat and Mary. I did not, Debbie. So thank you for bringing that up. Kind of slipped through the cracks there, my girl. So good morning, Debbie. You're sitting in the number 2 today. Oh, very close, because you were in the number 2 yesterday in our teaching. So I'm teaching the earth count to my students, and yesterday was earth. Today, Debbie, you're still kind of dragging that stone. That earth is still coming to you, and it's a wonderful energy to sit on. It's still asking you to reflect. There's something else that you're missing. So go back and reflect your life, reflect the first, the second, the third stone, reflect all those beings, that information, because there's a flow that it wants you to see. It wants you to see how stone 1 opened into stone 2, how stone 2 now is opening into stone 3, and allow those stones to just unfold in front of you, and then find your peace within it. There is a big message there. You're also sitting in death today. You're sitting in the death and the rebirth. So something's changing. So that's great, because you're letting go of the old and welcoming in the new, which is exactly that awakening of the earth count. So don't get scared. And about halfway through, there may be a point where you start to pull back, because it's going to get a little scary, because you're going to be getting so many downloads to your true self and opening up who you are, and just allow that to be. Get it all out. That's why we are there to support you, but just keep following it. You're on the right path. Keep going. I think there is too. I'm struggling today. Yeah. Just redo, just re-go over that earth count from yesterday. Keep reflecting all that information that you've got and keep going, keep moving forward. You're sitting in existence today, being very aware. So you were aware of the clouds the other day, so now be aware of the stars, of everything around you, even everything, where the rain is, where every little detail of what's going on today. Okay, and just reflect, how is it that I'm getting this information? Get out on with your feet today on the grass. It rained last night here. It We had a storm last night, so the grass was super wet this morning when I went out. First thing I did is kick my shoes off and stood on the wet grass. My feet were soaked, and then I put them back in my shoes and I finished getting my birds already. But it's a good day to do that and really, really pull that in, because you're sitting with our teachings of the stone of 3, but you're also sitting in the remnants from yesterday of 2 of reflection. It's a strong day today. Oh, I missed somebody here. So this is Elf. How are you? And yours is looks like a little dark brownie color circle with the letter E on it. And you are sitting in 5, 10, 15, and 3 is 6, 16, 17, 18. 18 of the earth count is the Shinamiya. So that too is the book of life. What did you write in your book of life? And that's not only the book of life, but you're also sitting in your internal power, your internal being. It's almost like your engine is really, really strong right now. I have so much power, so much energy today. And what did I write in my book of life? And it's not just moment by moment, but it's chapter by chapter, and it's book by book. So every 10 years, there's another book. Which book are you in? If you're 0 to 10, you're in book 1. If you're 11 to 20, you're in book 2, and so forth. And so, me, I'm in my 6th book. And so, what book of life are you in? And what did you have as the great teachers to learn in this lifetime? And that's all becoming very aware. And the great teachers, go watch my YouTube of the great teachers, is all the things that we as human come here to learn. So, your strong great teacher today, you're sitting in a little bit of fear. If I walk in and I start unraveling, what will it look like? And oh my God, what happens if I really do peel the band-aid off some of those things I've stashed so deep inside of me? And so to be able to pull that out, take a peek inside and go and deal with those pieces that need healing, it will serve you to the greater good. You're welcome to sign up for my class that starts in October. It's an online teaching, and you can learn it and watch the videos, and there's all kinds of support systems, but that might help you get through that. So just let me know if that is what's calling, and if not, just keep going one day at a time. Okay. So Tanika, what's coming towards me in my love life? Ooh, so Toshika, I love your name. So Tashika, you are sitting in number 3. Whoa. So number 3, earth count doesn't work the way a tarot does. So what happens in earth count is an energy base. So you are sitting in the energy of number 3 today. That sits at the south of the wheel. Now that is the energy of the plants. That is the energy of oxygen, but it's also water. So it's the element of water. So it's telling me lots of tears. You've got to clear the old energy of past relationships, that sort of stuff, in order to make new for the new. So it's asking you to mourn, to grieve, to get rid of the residual energies that are sitting in there, to allow you to open a new book, to be able to walk into a new path. And how you fertilize your thoughts, what it is that you're looking for in a new relationship, Be very succinct as to what you're looking for, and then fertilize with positive. I can find this person is calling me. I'm open to receive. And don't lose yourself for the sake of someone else. Never lose who you are in order to hang on to someone else, because then we're clinging on to someone else's energy and we lose our own. So, however you do it, learn to walk within your own power, and you will really, really strive forward and find the right partner to support you. You're also looking in honesty today, in the great teacher of honesty. Be honest with yourself. What is it you're looking for? Truly, what is it you're looking for? And what is it you are not looking for? And then those internal thoughts is your fertilizer for what you're going to generate. And allow the tears of the grief. That's just wrapping that right together. So that's what you should be doing to walk in to your love life, to your new being, if you will. And you're also sitting in politics. So with politics here, what it's saying though is, don't say one thing and think something else, because, well, I'm going to say it this way but I really thinking it that way. Be really honest with yourself. Don't mix words about it. Just say it as it really is. This is what I'm looking for. And then succinct when you write it down, and then ask spirit for it. So light a candle, ask spirit for this particular information, this relationship that you're looking for, and allow it to be. But you got to be honest with yourself. Don't, like I said, don't say one thing if really inside your brain you're thinking something different. Speak truth. Okay, I hope that helps. um, um okay. Okay, now I have S Armstrong. Hi. See the tow truck coming to pick my car up today. I'm stranded in a different, oh no, and I need to get back home. That's sad. So let's see what energy you're sitting in today. S. Armstrong, you're sitting in, you're sitting in 20, 5, 10, 15, 20. Sits smack in the middle of the medicine wheel. That's death and conclusion. It's ending up, wrapping up something else so you can start something new. So maybe you're ending whatever it is cycle with a little bit of confusion, frustration, and that, but the new doorways that are opening up to you are a new path that you're going to walk through. So you are going into a whole new energetic. You just had to wrap that stuff up. So you wrapped it up with a little bit of turmoil, but I think you're going to slide into a better day as the day goes on. Your feelings are heightened today too. So I'm going to be more aware of angry, sad, all these things. And it's almost like you go do, 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 because you're going to get a different feeling throughout the day. And I think you may end up feeling like overwhelmed, but just allow it to happen. So when you're getting all this stuff and you're feeling anxious, just and try to do that 4 or 5 times to just ground yourself and just allow all your worries to go away. Spirit will take it for you. And little tiny chunks, don't take on the big picture. And that's that trust. That's that trust and innocence. I'm just going to trust that the right people will be there to help me get through this day. And at the end of this day, I'll take a breath and then I will line up everything that happened. Wow, if this hadn't happened, that wouldn't have happened. And how beautiful the day actually worked out for you. Good luck to you today. All right. I think that's it, everyone. I hope you all have an awesome day. And I'll be back tomorrow. And again, I'm sorry that I wasn't the other day. I'll like, subscribe, share, all that kind of wonderful stuff. Let your friends know about it. And if you're looking for an online program, I've got great online programs. And my beginner's course is starting in October. So I'm looking forward to that and to walking that path with you guys. And like I said, it's all online. So you have a wonderful day, whatever you're doing. And let's be kind to each other. Aho. Bye-bye.